Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. How art there, Virgo? This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here for a reading for you for the month of November. And let me start with a little bit of chimes, some chimes here. Stop. Now, what is going on with you, Virgo, for the month? Every time I start a reading for a new sign, I always go back and think, first thing, what was happening to them in November, in the last month, in October? And I remember quite clearly. And I remember that there were months that were very busy, but here there was a little more rewards. There was more satisfaction. There were more returns last month, October. Let me take a couple of runes and see what they have to share with us. I've got 4 here. Now, I'm going to turn them over in my hand and give them to you one at a time. I've got keynuts here. You could see that. There you go, keynuts. And this is Merkstave. It's usually about strong energy, fire energy, opening up and starting something new. Well, we are closing down a little bit. It's not necessarily something new. It's same old, still doing the same thing as you had started in the month of October. This is about intuition as well. This is about closed intuition in the sense that your antenna do not reach that far and you really are concentrating on what you have at hand. Then we have Awats here. Awats is Brightstave, and Awats is a very protective room. It's a powerful ally. You are protected this month, regardless of whether you're in here or you're out there. It is a month that how can I say, that negative energy is at the door. It stays at the door. I've got an Isa here. Now, Isa literally is ice, means freezing, cooling down of relationships. So if the month of October had been closer, bringing you closer to someone, the month of November is a cooling down of relationships, even for the purpose of understanding, where do I want to go with you? And where do you want to go with me? Do we want to go anywhere? Now we have Tyr. Tyr is Brightstave, and Tyr is about victory and success, especially in a competition. So if you're in a triangle, a love triangle, there's another person, they will be short-lived because you are the winner here. You're highly motivated. There's extreme motivation, and there is an increase in power, economic power especially. Interesting to note that, because your efforts are really paying off to you. Let me start by mixing my cards. And this is a tarot deck. It's a universal tarot deck created by Lo Scarabeo in northern Italy. So the artwork is a little different, but you will recognize the Rider-Waite tradition here. 1, 2, 3. Whew. We got big ones here. All right, so what do we have here? We've got the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is a Cancer card. A Chariot, there's a Cancer person in your life undoubtedly here, but there is movement forward nonetheless. Virgo, movement so much forward. This is the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is a very fast development of something. And it's like as if you are on a two track. Hold on 1 minute. Let me show you the last. And this is Temperance. This is Temperance. And Temperance is a Sagittarian. All right. So we've got a Sagittarian and we've got a Cancer. We're moving so quickly. It's as if the Chariot and the 8 are moving undoubtedly. We've got the Temperance card, and then the Temperance card says, wait a minute. And I was just saying before, it's as if you were on a 2-tier track, as if you were on a two different tracks. One part of your life, Virgo, in I was going to say September, who knows why. One part of your life, Virgo, is going very, very fast. But another part of your life, and it's an inner churning of your emotional life, is moving barely. It's being, the word is coming out in Italian, custodito, you're caring for it, as if you have a child. You are a child, and you're caring for your little child on your belly. Male or female, you are taking care of yourself. I have the Vera Sibilla Oracle cards here, and I'm going to take a few of them and show you what they have to say. Remember, we said tear. Tear is a victory. Tear is a victory, especially in competition. And I said, if you're in a love triangle, it won't be that other person's on the outs. Well, we've got that other person here. We've got that person here. And let's see what happens to that person. There's conversation here, and there is also thought about that person. This does talk about another person literally being invited to the door, and you not having to demand anything. You literally do win, as in a competition. I'm going back to the runes now and seeing what they can further tell us here. Yeah. I've got this movement, my God, this movement that is coming. The Chariot and the Eight of Wands. We've got Rido again, and Rido is a journeying rune. Rido is literally travel, movements, and a perfect time to negotiate, and news coming in. And the news, I would suspect, one part of the news is relegated to that third party who is not even going to be a third party anymore. Need. We have need here, and need is always a card, a rune of delays and constraints. And remember, I talked about the two-tier platform or tracks, two-tier tracks here. You've got a very fast and a very slow. And this need here is attesting to that. It's talking about learning from a situation. And it doesn't spell failure, but it may point to some form of failure that you yourself feel you have failed in. I have failed that person's trust. I have come up short in terms of what their expectations were for me. Then we've got this lovely Diag, and Diag is one of my favorite runes. Diag is about increase and growth. And I did say about a learning situation. This is a learning month for you. Diag is all about, what is Diag? Diag alleviates delays like need. It alleviates the delays. So what we have here is November, which is starts on Sunday, I believe, is November 1st. And we have 4 weeks, and we've got the first week. I'm looking at the middle of the second week is when these two different speeds are going to amalgamate and become more harmonious and flow into a developmental process that will bring you to month's end with learning, as if you're learning a lesson that you didn't understand in the past, and it will come quite quite surprisingly. It will come from nothing. All of a sudden, the light will turn on over your head, and you're thinking, that's what that meant. All those things that happened to me those years, or 5 months ago when they told me this, that's what they were truly trying to say to me. There's a learning process here underway. I'm going to take I was going to say the Chariot, the tarot, and take from the bottom of the deck 1, 2, and 3. All right, we've got this Seven of Cups, and this is you up until the middle of the second week, where there's a bit of disorientation, and you're really not sure where to put your energies, where exactly to place your energies, what to do exactly. And I've got the Nine of Swords here, and that is, it does take its toll on you because you feel like your energy is scattered. But then we have this beautiful Queen of Coins, and Virgo, that is you, the Queen of Coins, and she comes into her own mid-month in November, and she again starts walking one foot after the other as she looks to the right and looks to her left and understands that she's walking into her world once again, and you become your own again. You walk right into yourself again. Virgo, it's a beautiful development to see and visualize here. I'm going to take a few more vera sibilla here, and let's see what they have to add to this. 2 and 3. Well, we've got here some interesting things. It's an interesting story that they're telling us. And we'll start with this Ligidates of the lightness of being. And this lightness of being is let me first show you the way they have come out. This is the lightness of being. Then we have Bambino, the child. And then we have the doctor. Now, first of all, there are many stories that these cards are telling. First of all, those of you who are expecting or are trying to conceive, this is a month where it will be very difficult to conceive. You're going to find that there's a lot of sexual activity that doesn't necessarily bring to conception by the end of the month. It's not in the month of November that you will be conceiving. That's one story. Another story is that you will be taking care of that side to you that allows you to look above the grain, that expression, I'll use it, look above the mundane and try to see where your eyes can settle in along the horizon, so you can see other things that you hadn't seen before with the eyes of a child. The cards are also telling you another story here, especially with the lightness of a being. The lightness of being is a card that talks about speed, just like this, talks about being easy going, perhaps even too easy going in terms of a relationship as well. And it tells you to guard from that. Take care not to show yourself or represent yourself as someone who is light and not profound. And what's interesting here is the position of the child. Because if you think of what a child represents, of course, the child is a beginning, a newness, births, anything that has to do with newness. Well, it's not that we're talking about a new you, Virgo. We're talking about seeing you through new eyes. So we have these 3 different layers of the reading there. And what I'd like to do is take another card from under the deck, is the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups brings also information to you, brings emotions to you, and it tells you this is where it's at, Virgo. This is the most important thing to remember here in the month of November. Whether you're on this side of the track or that side of your track, going fast or slow during those first 10 days, you have to remember that it is the emotions in your life that will be the real experiences that will touch you every moment of your life. Now, remember we said in the middle of the month, the slowness gives way to a very, very fast movement development towards the end of November, because there is this sort of illumination, this awakening. There's an awakening where you understand that there's an understanding that previously did not come about. that is part of the learning process that we mentioned before. And we also talked about this competition and you winning over someone else. The romantic triangle, for those of you who are experiencing that, to just hold your horses literally and step back, because that takes care of itself, Virgo. I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen, Virgo friends. Do like, share, and subscribe my videos if you appreciate what I do. Ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified when I go live or when I post. And namaste until we read together again. Bye-bye, Virgo friends.